Oh, you gonna come up here? Come on. Come on. Come on. We're not doing witchy stuff today. We're not doing the witchy stuff today. Okay. Hi. It's a good thing I don't set anything up saying a specific time because I sure would be late for my own shit. Stuff. My own stuff. I'd be late for my own stuff. Did you get everything done you needed to do? Liked and shared. Awesome. Thank you. You're sitting on my stuff. You're sitting on my stuff. I don't feel it. I feel tired. Huh, lucky you. Getting a nap and shit. Did the description show up? The heading or whatever? Whatever. Are you serious? That took me 5 minutes to write it out. No, I'm kidding. It's no big deal. Welcome, everybody. We are almost to the weekend, right? We are Thursday today, correct? Hello, how are you? Very good. We're not Friday. Are we Friday? I'm pretty sure we're Thursday. It's gotta be Thursday. Oh, we are Friday. We are Friday. I'm from, I was gonna say England. That would be totally inaccurate. I don't know why. I'm from Canada. Where are you all from? People who are new in here, it is imperative that you are above the age of 18. Mr. Savage, thank you. I appreciate it. This is not a hookup channel. This is not a spread for bread type thing. This is tarot and spiritual guidance. If that's not your jam, then this is not your spot. Oh, and I'm not looking for a husband either, so that should help weed out a lot of you guys. Yep, see? Down to 3. Right? Where is it? Tuesday. That must be way, way into the future. And that's not even hitting Australia because they're only a day ahead, I think. Must be on one of the other planets, just not planet Earth. Ah, that's a funny one. Good. I'm glad. Oh, okay. So I should take you as the joke that you are then. Oh, I'm sorry. That was rude. So sorry. So, anyways, like I was saying, anybody who is new to the channel, welcome. This is a tarot and spiritual guidance situation, um, certified in love and anxiety and panic disorder. So, there's a lot going on in here. So, if you are not above the age of 18, I'm going to ask you to kindly leave now. That being said, we are going to start talking about the major arcana here. Because if we don't have something to talk about, it's already ended before it begun. Because, like I said, I'm not that kind of channel. But if you want to learn something and maybe learn something new, you are most welcome. But I don't deal well with disruption. No, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. So all journeys start at the beginning, okay? And what better way to start that journey off than with the Fool, right? And with the Fool, the understanding of the Fool and what the Fool's role in tarot is follows as such. Okay, you're gonna need to move now. I'm sorry. You got to move. You got to move. Okay, I will move you. Hey, big girl. Go lay down. Okay, so when you become as far into what it is that I do, it becomes intuitive. You use your intuition to give the messages and the information that you receive out to the clientele who is asking about a situation or a connection that they have. But we all go through these journeys, okay? And like I said, it all starts at the bottom. So you start from the Fool and you go through your journeys, you learn your lessons, and through this, you are supposed to gain knowledge and grow. Okay? So the understanding of the Fool is as it stands like this, okay? The Fool is the innocent adventurer. So really wanting to take a risk and try something new. Sassy, come on. About to begin an important journey. Now, that journey is going to be different to every human being out there, whether it is a journey of understanding of self, understanding of others, spiritual, healing. They're all journeys. And along the way, we pick up certain aspects and understanding to complete the cycle of the Fool, to evolve to the next phase. Okay. With a head full of hope. Okay. He is idealistic. So the ideas that are flowing through are probably coming quite rampant rather than practical. Hello, how are you? Welcome. He is certainly not dressed for travel. So he's kind of dressed like your joker, your jester. Okay. you can be whatever you want to be, I guess. Um, and there's symbolism in each card. I should probably get my cards and kind of show you what we got going on here. Let me find my Fool, okay? So that you can understand the symbolism in what it is that I'm talking about here. See what happens when you're unprepared? All right, here's the Fool. Okay, so the Fool looks like this. All right, so not dressed in any specific special form, but you can see right here, he's got this dog, okay, that is with him. And this little dog tries to warn him of impending peril, doom, missteps, things that maybe shouldn't do, because when you are in the Fool's energy and you're starting all over again, there is a level of being naive to situations because you are starting at the beginning. You are fresh, you are wanting to take these risks, you are wanting to just jump without gaining the knowledge of said situation of what it is that you want to do. You don't have to believe in it. It is not my job to make you believe the way that I believe, and I'm not going to sit here and debate people's beliefs here. This is my belief, and this channel was made for people who are like-minded like myself. You do not have to believe. And I'm not trying to convince you to believe. This is for people who are starting their journey in wanting to do like I do. And for people who come in who have never had a reading before, but they're interested and they're curious. So I'm going to break it down. Okay. So that when they come to me, they know exactly what they're going to get. Okay. But the Fool is blissfully ignorant of the risks he takes in stepping off of a cliff. So as you can see, he is standing on a cliff here. So without proper information and without, the knowledge that he needs with his next step, there is that risk and that danger of falling off the mountain cliff here. Okay, excuse me. He's about to encounter danger, but how else can he make his way in this world? Everything that we do, there is a level of danger to it. Okay, that's where your intuition picks up and kicks in and says, okay, look, we shouldn't do that. There is something that is not right about this, and I need to take a minute to rethink my whole existence right now. Because if I continue moving forward and I don't have the information that I need to get me to where I want to go, this is not about, look, I told you, I am not debating your religion, my religion. I don't do religion, okay? I'm spiritual, so therefore everything within me is spirituality, okay? That does not believe that I don't believe into a higher source of God or a higher power. I just don't focus on that. Okay, so this clearly is not the space for you. We all begin life as a zero, meaning we have no experience, no expectation. Because when we come out of the womb, we grow and live through our parents, our mothers, our fathers. A tiny egg of potential, okay? The Fool is the cosmic egg, symbolized by the shape of the number 0, okay? So if you look, the 0 looks like an egg. If you were to get an egg out of the fridge or out of the chicken coop, whatever, I don't judge. But, the 0 is in the shape, is in the egg shape, okay? As he journeys through the major arcana sequence, meaning the next step, and going on and on and on, through his journey, he gains and maintains what he learned at this stage, okay? He is a part of every card, but he also stands outside the sequence without a formal value, okay? An absolute beginner. He is about to explore the world, gain experience, and leave behind his status as a zero. A no being, okay? He will travel lightly without the baggage of commitment. The Fool is the dreamer, led only by his needs and desires. So when you come to think of it, when we go through life, it's a want versus a need, okay? So a need is something that you kind of need to have to function in life and keep it pushing. A want is more along your desire. But when you're in the stage of the Fool, okay, those two tend to meld together. And what you want is what you want, and what you need and what you desire all kind of rolls into one little tight little ball here. Now, this Fool is represented by the element of air. Now, as a reader, each reader intuitively, there are standards that are put down for each card, regular meanings, etc. But the more you go on your tarot journey in wanting to do something like this, and your intuition really kicks in, okay, so why are you here? You can leave. That's why your God made a door revolve both ways. It swings both ways. You don't want to be here? Kick rocks, get out. You don't have to be here. You can leave. And just FYI for you, that quote unquote your God, never forget where tarot was invented at. Tarot was invented in the church. Well, how about you keep your mouth closed and stop putting out your little stuff? No one cares what you have to say. If you want to be combative of what I'm saying, then save it for the replay. But every reader is going to pick and choose certain characteristics of each card and label it as their own. So for me, yes, the Fool is, connected to the signs in the element of air. So that would be Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini, I believe. Yes. Why am I getting... Yes. Okay, I'm right. Okay, so, but for me as a reader, the Fool is an Aquarius card. It has strong Aquarius, components for me. The symbol is the ox, okay? The chakra that it runs with is the crown for spiritual connection and base for survival. So the crown, so the head. So again, there is all these things that, start in the Fool's journey, okay? The key meanings for the Fool are innocence, risk, and beginning. So starting a cycle all over again. So when you cycle out, okay, and you end up with your journey, okay, being at the world, you have completed the journey of the Fool. So once you complete that journey with the Fool and you end up at the world, guess what? You start all over again, because there's always going to be a journey and something that you have to be doing. And something that you have to start again, or there's always the need for constant healing, or a new direction needs to be taken. And every time we step into a new direction or a new path, we start at the bottom. We start with that innocence. We start as the beginner of something new. Okay. So the fool's astrology is air, which is fitting given he is about to step off the cliff into the ether. Okay, so if you see, there is water, something below. Okay, and on his travels will go wherever the wind blows. Again, not having that proper focus of where it is that you want to go. You just know you want to go somewhere. Okay. So you're just going to get up and you're going to move without taking the time to sit and think, am I doing this right? Is this where I need to be in this moment? Okay. So now I will explain a little bit about the upright meanings for you so that you can know. So there is the standard upright meanings, just in a whole generalized sense. And then there is stuff for home and relationships and career and money. So there is a lot of ways that these cards fit into a simple question that one of you guys ask of me, okay? So the upright fool. So in a reading, I do reversals and upright. So I read them both ways. So the upright fool signifies calculated risk. Okay. It's never too late to begin anew and follow your heart's desire. Okay. The journey ahead is not without danger, but it is time to take a leap of faith. Okay. So when you take that leap of faith, it is strictly, directly because of something that is held in your heart, and there's a big desire to have what it is that you're seeking. Okay. Okay. The fool is an embodiment of your spirit, whether male or female. Okay. There is no gender specifics in tarot. Okay. Just because a queen comes up doesn't mean if it comes up for a man that they're having women tendencies or anything like that. Both men and women have both masculine and feminine traits within them. Me, I am more masculine. I live in my masculine traits. It does not mean that anything other than that. I am a little bit more strong-willed. I am, opinionated. I do what I do. Okay. I am not the let me curtsy for you. I'm not that person. Okay. Okay. Ready to explore and discover. Whatever you start now will go well, provided you look before you leap. You don't want to jump into that water without knowing what's going to catch you below. Okay. And sometimes for the risk takers out there, okay, it's fun. It's thrilling to just go. Okay. And without a whim, just do what it is that you want to do and be happy and content with the knowledge of knowing that you're making your own decision, whether you have all the knowledge or not. You're going to do it either way. Have courage, commit to your path, and be fully in the moment, okay? So you immerse yourself when you're on this first part of the journey, when you are just beginning, and then there's that excitement and there's that want for the need, not the need, the new, the want for the new, and to really be able to just experience everything that you can experience in that moment and in that situation. You're going to do it. Okay. So if a reading comes up about home, so if it's anything to do with home, relationship, family, anything kind of like that, and if it's read as like a person or anything like that, the Fool can show a young person leaving home for the first time. So let's say parents that have, teenagers that are recently going to be graduating from high school and they're about to go away from home, go to college. That's a very normal thing. And that is part of their journey to do that, to learn to fend for themselves, to learn to spread their wings and fly. Because now you're an adult. Now you have to learn your lessons on your own. And we as parents who are letting our children fly have to have the faith and the understanding that our children have the knowledge to make good decisions. And if not, that's when we step in and do what we need to do there. Relationships. The Fool can, foresee a new relationship. And if it is a brand new relationship, it is telling you need to go with the flow of it. At this point, nothing is set in stone. There's no engagements. There's no nothing. This is brand new. You're just dating. You're filling each other out. And that's where you're going to stay in that moment. You're not going to try and force it. You're going to allow it to unfold in its natural environment and time. Divine timing will be on your side for better or worse. It will be there for you. And if it goes for career and money, a new opportunity in your current job or a new career coming through, whatever it is. If you're an entrepreneur, this is always going to be cycling, okay? Prioritizing your workload is also a key to moving ahead swiftly. So again, that goes with that, I want this, I desire it, I'm going to get it. But again, when you're still coming in with a little bit of being naive to situations and what it is that you're really doing and what you have going on, you should still try to maintain and gain as much information and knowledge on the situation as you can. Because if you are trying to have a new career or trying to level up at work, you want to have the knowledge to make sure that you can go that extra distance here. Okay, so that goes with the upright meanings. Now, it is said, and a lot of tarot readers will read the reverse card as the negative effects of the card, okay? And normally that is how we do, okay? It would be the negative side of the card. There's a couple cards in the deck that it really doesn't change much. The only thing that it changes is your perception of it, how you deal with it, how you handle it, and how you can push past the obstacle that has been set in front of you. Okay. Example, disappointments. Okay. We all handle and deal with disappointments differently. So when those things come about, there's certain cards that don't necessarily change their upright meaning. It just, the thing that changes and makes it a little bit more difficult is your perception, your understanding of what's happening in that moment and how you deal with it. Okay. Excuse me. So the reversed meaning of the Fool, okay, is what you're proposing or a situation offered to you a leap too far? Are you taking on more than you can chew? Is this what you really want? Can you do what is requested of you? Are you able to do what they are asking you to do, kind of thing, okay? The Fool reversed brings out his irresponsible side, okay? As his mouth works ahead of his brain. So you're going to do a lot of talking that your butt can't cash no check on. So that's kind of what happens when that stress level kind of peaks up. And once we get to that level of, oh my God, this is too much, I can't bear. So you're going to talk your way out of it to try to minimize or find that balance again, okay? Without thinking through the downsides, the Fool makes decisions that are not wise. Okay. So again, there's that fast action of, well, okay, sign me up, and not really knowing what you're asking to be signed up for, kind of thing. Um, the reverse fool leaps without awareness and so becomes the literal idiot. Okay. So there's, well, yeah. If this one for the fool, yes, the reverse is on the more negative side of it. So the literal fool, sabotaging his chances due to um, irrationalities. Okay. Um, think carefully before agreeing to new approach to work and hold back from emotional commitments until you are sure of your footing, your grounding. Okay. So yes, this for me, the fool in reverse, I always read as not there's not much positive. Nobody likes to feel like they're a complete idiot and have lost, insight, okay, to their situation, what it is that they feel that they're in the right for, right? So it's all about letting you know that your approach is wrong here. So whatever approach you're taking for whatever situation or whatever job opportunity you want to take, slow down. Now is not the time to just rush into this. You are wanting to take a leap too far for things that you might not be cut out for. And that's okay, because we all aren't cut out for everything, right? We all have our own special things that we can add to a situation and take away from a situation. We all learn and teach, okay? So any person that you meet and run into, it is a shared download of information, okay? Learning something or teaching something. We learn one thing new almost every day from friends, family, TV, whatever the case is. We are sponges for knowledge. And if we're willing to take that and then apply it to the situation that we're in, guess what? It helps you not be the literal idiot. So the goal is to stay out of that fool in reversed, in my opinion, because you're just starting a journey. Whenever the fool shows up, that shows that there's a new beginning somewhere within the spectrum of your life, whether it's work, family, relationship, whatever it is. There is a new part being added on into your specific business, into your life. So if that fool comes up in reverse, that means that there's that potential and the possibility that you are going to, be biting off more than you can chew and be leaping, too far. And it's going to make you look like an idiot. But an idiot that you probably willingly put yourself in the position to become, because you wanted to rush. You wanted to do things your way instead of the way that has been mapped out for you. Very important to always make sure that you're very grounded within what it is that you have going on. When we don't touch grass and we don't naturally heal by going outside, there's a lot of things that can be uprooted within. Okay. All right. Now, the wisdom message for the fool is this: leap, but look first. Yes, take the risk, take the chance. Life is all about chances. Life is supposed to be filled with opportunities. If a door opens for you, by all means, walk through it. You never know what you're capable of if you don't take that leap, right? But you also need to be smart. Bring a flashlight, that's right. But you also need to be smart in your movements so that you can not get yourself stuck in stagnant energy and not being able to move yourself forward kind of a situation, right? So the wisdom message from the Fool is leap, baby, but we need to look first, okay? All right, now the symbols, the Fool symbols, now this is more on the religious aspect of it, okay? So I don't know how many times I'm going to have to reiterate to everybody that to think that tarot is bad or evil is inaccurate, or that it holds no power in the church, whatever. Remember this. The first tarot deck ever made was made in the Roman Catholic Church, okay, in Rome. So to sit there and say that it has all these evil, you know what I'm saying, to it is inaccurate. There is the devil in it, but people live with the devil every day, okay? So always remember, as above, so below. There is no difference. It is literally the same teachings that you hear in church. As above, so below. What you get up above, you're going to get below. It all depends on your decisions and choices that you make throughout your life. Okay? But there is symbolisms in each of the normal decks of tarot. So the normal decks of tarot would be like your Rider White, okay? Or however you say that stuff. Okay? So this would be your normal tarot deck, okay? So the symbolism, the Fool appears with these magical symbols. Some of them reappear in other major arcana cards. So learn to recognize them and you'll soon find you can apply your knowledge throughout the deck. Because there is many of these cards, which we will get to, that work better with other cards if they are beside them, on top of them, okay? Or even clarified with them. It changes the whole meaning. So you can have a whole spread of just say 3, 4, 5 cards, and you read the energy on each card. And that's what it is in that moment. But as soon as you start adding clarification to it, to get more of the story, to gain more understanding for your clients of who you're reading for, the more the story unfolds and the more information you're gaining due to how these cards are working together, okay? The dog, okay? So we already kind of spoke on the dog. The dog here is trying to get the Fool to understand, look, don't go too far. Don't leap yet. Hold on. Represents instinct and self-preservation. The animal tries to warn the Fool that is about to walk off a cliff, but the Fool is oblivious to his warning because the Fool got his head looking up like, I'm just, let's go, bebopping, we going. And this dog realizes that he's about to walk off this cliff and he's not even going to see it. Okay. The white rose or butterfly. Okay. So there is white rose right here in his hand. Head in the clouds type stuff. Yes, absolutely. But yeah, so the white rose, okay? The white rose stands for purity and innocence, all right? Some cards show the Fool with a butterfly, a symbol of dreams and spirit, okay? So some cards, so this card has the rose because this is the standard tarot deck, okay? There's been many decks that I have that have butterflies or a rose, okay? So that kind of shows you there's symbolism in every card that you're going to read off of, but I normally don't read the symbolism of it because, again, I try to keep it more spirituality than religious kind of thing. The bundle. So what he's carrying up here, okay? The Fool carries little in his bundle, just his essential and 4 talesmen, okay? The symbols of the minor arcana. So that would be wands, swords, pentacles, and cups. So that's what he has in his little bag here. Again, you'll see it with the magician. As above, so below. Everything that we hold within ourselves is, you got the air signs, which are logical. They're in their headspace. They're deep thinkers. They can figure it out. Okay. Your pentacles, material, your money, your material world, in the physical, in the now, spending. Okay. Cups. Those are your emotions. Good, bad, ugly, and indifferent. Everything that you feel is a cup thing. And then you have your wands, fire energy, okay? And that's your action, your movement, your passion, your want to do these things, okay? So in his little baggie up here, he holds emotion. He holds money. He holds, logical thinking, or should. Let's not give the Fool too much credit here. He should be logical, okay? And he should have the passion and the action and the movement and the gumption to get up and do it. We all have that within us. Just depends on what part we're triggering and what part we're using in that moment to help us grow. Right, because being an air sign, you are logical and you think and think and think. But you're a Gemini, so you're not. Look, there are signs that are worse than the other two, okay? And by far in the air group, it's not you. In the group, it is the Aquarius, because they're so logical and so overthinking of what it is that they want to do. Difference is they have a little bit of cold, detached energy to them, and they can be a little cruel. Not all of them, okay? But it's kind of a my way or the highway kind of thing. But again, an Aquarius is a fixed sign. So it just kind of is what it is there, okay? All right. The white sun, okay, up here. This is a symbol of consciousness, of the workings of the mind that are directly expressed. As the sun rises, it illuminates the Fool's world, showing it all in the best possible light. The sun is white, which links with the Fool's chakra of the crown and has purity of spirit. Okay? So again, cards that it's going to tell you about that to check the sun, okay, is the Lovers, Temperance, Death, the Moon, and the Sun. Okay? And then the red feather in his hat here, okay? The red feather in the Fool's cap denotes his life force. See the symbol on the sun and the death. So there must be some feather that is shown in the hat there too. Again, I don't focus so much on the symbolisms, so it doesn't really factor for me, okay? So we got a few more things, and then your lesson or understanding of the Fool will be complete. The historical Fool, Idiot, and Joker, okay? In the earliest tarot, the Fool looks very different from the Jester Boy we see on the 20th century decks. With feathers in his hair and his breeches down to his knees, the historical fool is a figure of ridicule. Okay? So, kind of like your jester. They're made fun of. They're, I don't know, stoned. I don't know. The village idiot without dignity. Yet the overreacting theme of the fool of the Renaissance Europe was the significant of Lent, okay? The 7 chicken feathers in his hair and his traveler's bundle represent a poor man. He is not a court jester, but rather a symbol of poverty. A temporary reminder that worldly gods are not everything. What is in our hearts is more important. Okay, yeah, the Joker. The jester, yeah. There's many words for it. The Joker, the idiot, the jester, This is not important. Okay, there is another reason why he is unnumbered. He had no official place. Okay, he had no official standing, nothing. Okay. The full service today as the Joker is the standard 52 pack of playing cards. So not only does the Fool in the tarot deck represent so much, but it has been now taken out of a tarot deck and put into a regular standard playing deck. That is what the Fool looked like back then. The very first resemblance of what we know it is today. Interesting. Okay. Okay. The reflections of the Fool. The beginner aspect of the Fool is held in the minor arcanas four aces. The Ace of Cups, new love. The Ace of Pentacles, new money. The Ace of Wands, new endeavors. And the Ace of Swords, new success. Okay, so there's these cards fit and work with so many of the other cards in the deck for a reason. Okay, it's to convey these messages of what it is, and it's to give guidance to help you make your next step. Okay. So those are kind of the cards that you need that work together. The aces and the Fool, it always represents exactly what it says. So if I'm doing a reading and the Fool comes out and any of those aces come out, it represents new love, new endeavors, new money, all these things. But an ace on its own means all of those things too. But having the Fool there, it brings the newness to it that it's about to start. An ace on its own just represents that energy is there for the potential for something new to come in. And there's going to be some sort of success that is derivative from that. Okay, so there you go. That's the Fool. The next one will be the Magician, which is that's another one that has negative, properties to it if it's in the reverse. For me, anyway. And if you have the Fool and certain cards together in the reverse, so that's just a whole manipulation of mess. So, knowing what you know now about the Joker, Sassy, what's your view on the card? It can be, because it depends on how you go about it. Because, like we said, we know that that is the start of whatever journey, whatever path that we're on. But the Fool energy goes with us through each step. And normally you don't find it many times that you're able to step and jump from like the Fool to the Lovers or the Fool to the World. There's so much that you're missing in between the start of the journey to the end of the journey. You're going to hit each phase accordingly, or you're doing things that are not accurate and not that you know, it's all about timing, divine timing. You will get to your destination when you get there. There's going to be a lot of push through and there's going to be a lot of fall back. So it really just depends on each situation that you lean into. Correct. And that Fool's energy will be with you till the very end, till you close it out and you cycle out and you start all over again. I believe that as you go a little bit further in your journey, the level of naiveness that you have dissipates, and then that turns into true knowledge. Okay. And so you have these bags of knowledge that you're carrying with you through that, but it is still in the satchel of the Fool. So that Fool is going with you with everything. The bag just gets a little bit bigger, whether it's more full of coin or emotion, it just gets a little bit heavier to carry. And how we carry it depends on each individual. I believe so. Even though he is portrayed as the idiot, people don't stay idiot or unknowledgeable for very long, right? And everything that we learn, we carry with us. It's not like we learn something, we're like, oh, it's in one ear, out the other, not all the time. If it is something that we really want to learn and want to know about, guess what? We're going to hold it, we're going to carry it. So, yes, I believe 100% that the Fool gains and carries and maintains the knowledge that you gain. I mean, that doesn't say that doesn't take away from the Hierophant, who is normally the teacher, okay? But again, there's many things that play into one card, right? But yes, I do believe they are the carrier of knowledge. They carry it with them to help them complete each phase that they're going through. Everybody's not going to agree. But like I said at the beginning, it is not my job to make you view like me or read like me or see like I see. That this is not my goal. Okay. The only way and the only reason I'm doing this, I have not touched this book. And if I'm going to give the background history on what this is supposed to mean for the new people that come in or maybe have never had a tarot reading done before, at least this information will be there for them, and they kind of have an understanding of what the major arcana means. Okay. Everyone seems to think, oh, the death card came out. Oh my God. It does not mean a literal death. Are you kidding me? Like, it just means that something that is in your current situation, your current life needs to change. There needs to be transformation there. There needs to be something that is taken away so that something new can come in. Because the death card, like it said with the Fool, there's that sun that is there. So the sun, okay, is the happiest card, the most pure card in the deck. Okay, and that sun is right there. But with every ending and new beginning, there is a falling of the sun for it to rise the next day. So you have to look at things accordingly. Death does not mean literal, could it? But I don't deal with that. There are other readers out there that maybe do deal with that. But I'm not a doctor, so I can't dictate or tell anybody about their health. You come to me about your health, I'm going to tell you just do the things that you're supposed to do and you should be okay. If you need to go get checked, go get checked. Like, I'm not going to sit here and diagnose you with anything. That's not my job. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a lawyer. So we're not going to discuss a lot of things like that. And pregnancy, no. Go get an EPT test, baby. They sell them for $1 at the dollar store. Go get one. You know, I'm not going to sit here. If it comes up in a card that maybe represents motherhood, or I will very, very quickly say something and then done. I don't deal with it. But a lot of it comes down to the colors that are in the card, like white. Everybody knows that white is a symbol for purity. Okay. Even when you go and look at the flower shop and all these flowers, it's all the same meaning. Every white flower represents some level of purity. Okay. It just is what it is, you know, but yes, black represents death, but if you're so afraid of death, ask yourself how it is that you're living. If you don't want to die or have that kind of thing, you know, but no, it does not mean the literal anything. What matter? What you want? What? But I mean, literally, it could be used for every, you know, all the air signs. But like I said, you kind of pick the traits out of what it represents to you as a personal preference. So I don't know. If people look at the major arcana as a level up or a step back, it tells them that somewhere along the line, they maybe went a little off their path. So you just got to get yourself back on track. So there's a lot of power within the majors. Now, the majors are like your lessons, the phases that you're going through, what it is that is the biggest part that you're dealing with right now, where you're learning your lessons, what you're doing, what phase you're in. All the other things, the wands, the pentacles, the cups, the swords, all of that, those are more things that you're feeling, actions that are happening, things that are going on around you that are helping you push through to these next phases. So it all works beautifully together, in my opinion. But like I said, my opinion is just that. And I've done many reading, and there's always, when you have returning clients that come back, there is always one card, always, especially with you, Sash, you know this. I've called it out many times. You've called it out many times. That for you, you have what we like to call stocking cards, okay? So there is something that hasn't yet been learned. The freaking lover. Yep. So that card is constantly reiterating. Maybe it's reiterating the breakdown of connections that you've had. Maybe it's you need to learn the lesson. But it always comes up in the upright position, which always represents love and contracts. So whether that is, love with friends, family, relationship, we don't know that until we pull more cards on it. But that card wants you to always be focused on love. Now, whether that is always loving somebody else or loving yourself a little bit more, that's a thing. Now, I have certain cards that stalk me too, which is why I just don't do my own readings. I leave them as it is. As soon as that card comes up, you've seen me. Yeah, I'm done. I already know where this is going. I'm good. I don't know. I don't mind, like, what's interesting. Just because I'm a reader don't mean I have my own stuff. I'm just like you. I'm like anybody else. It is. But again, like, if we as people hold so many meanings and so much stuff, these cards just represent every phase of life that we go through, and the knowledge just has to go somewhere, right? So why not put it in a card? But being that it's just me and you here, do you want to stay and hang out, chat some more? I don't know what time it is. What time is it? 3:21. Should we try to stay? I don't know. Well, look, I don't care. Like, but I don't really want to do more. I think I'm gonna do one a day kind of thing. Yeah, like, but I mean, the whole plan was to sit here and do that and then have a discussion. We're having a discussion, but it's me and you. Yeah. So I see that you finally took him out. Was he saying, because I wasn't looking, I was busy. Yeah. What'd you end up doing? Muting him? What? What's the matter? I mean, I guess there's really no need, and I don't want to sit on here for hours just to wait. So, oh, oh, well, I ain't worried about it. I'll leave it there. It was just the wrong one. It says you were the one who said you only know you're live if you got the red little dot on your name and it says live underneath your name. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I should take this time, maybe, to get some readings done too. Because I don't know what the next day or two is going to look like. Maybe. maybe. But I feel like that was a good session anyway. So. But I should probably do readings. All right, so maybe tomorrow we'll switch the time. I mean, it started off well. um, that's okay. And they got it twisted. They think they're coming in here, and this is like, read the description of who you're popping in on. We don't spread for bread up in here. All right, Sass. Well, I think I'm gonna call it for now. Right. I may or may not decide to do another one tonight. We'll see. I should charge my phone up a bit and try to get at least 2 videos done and get those posted up too. Maybe. We'll see. I will. All right. For now, that'll do.